Hello everyone, I'm Michelle Smith and welcome to my channel. I have two quick and easy nautical or by the sea crafts for you today. For the first craft, the tools that you're going to need are your glue gun and glue sticks, a good pair of scissors. The materials that you're going to need are a large can or plastic container, rope. You can get the rope from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to be using this. It's what I have and I want to use it up. This rope I got from Lowe's, and this is more expensive than what you can get from Dollar Tree, so I suggest you use the Dollar Tree. You will probably need 2 of the 9.5 feet to cover this size of a can, which is a 27-ounce can. I have a bag of seashells. I believe these are called conch shells. They're small. I like them. They have several different colors. I did get this bag from the Dollar Tree. I also have some large decorative shells that I pulled out of my collection that I might be using. I'm not sure which ones yet, but I pulled them out. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and wrap this can or whatever your container is, if you're using a plastic container, with the rope. And very easy, just start it off with some hot glue. And it's always good to start at the bottom. Okay, so go ahead and lay that flat. And then we're going to go ahead and just add some hot glue in a few places. Lay it down and run your rope. You want it nice and flat, so it'll sit nice and flat for you. And then all you're going to do is go ahead and keep hitting it with some hot glue in a few places and work your way all the way up until you get to the very top of the can. You will want to put something underneath in case your glue does leak around the very first rim. That way it's easy to remove and you won't do any harm to any tables or anything like that. So just be cautious on that very first row. I've gone all the way around and I'm all the way up to the top. I've reached the rim of my can. Now you want to go one more round all the way around so it has a nice clean finish on the top. So instead of gluing it to the can, you want to glue it to the rope below. And just do a small section at a time. Lay your rope down and hold it in position till it sets. Once you've completed that one last loop, go ahead and trim your rope and try to cut your rope at an angle. It'll make it a little easier to make it kind of disappear. And then I just take those ends and I kind of fold them down inside so that it wraps around and then goes down. And then just hot glue them down. Then it looks nice and clean on the edge. Okay, so I have my shells out. I really like this shell. It's very pretty. I want this to be the main focus. So go ahead and decide where you want your front to be. And then I'm just going to hot glue him right in the middle on the front. So I have my main shell there glued onto the front. I've decided I'm going to add 2 more shells, one on each side. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those down as well. So I'm very happy with that. I like that as the main focal point. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and rim the top and rim the bottom in these little conch shells. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those on, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. I went ahead and rimmed the bottom with the small conch shells. And then instead of going around the top, I decided to add a few here around these shells. Now I'm very happy with this. I really do like the texture of the rope. Now, if you have a problem and you don't like all these little bits, you can take a lighter before you glue on your shells and go through and burn those off. But I kind of like it. It makes it look a little bit more rustic. Okay, so now what I did this for was I needed to add some greenery into my bathroom, and I'm redoing my bathroom into by the sea or a nautical theme. And my cats like to chew on everything, so I figured I'd go with a faux plant, and I wanted to put it in something very nautical. That's what I made this for. So I have one of these floral foams from the Dollar Tree, and this fits really well inside. So I can just kind of push this in, push it down to the bottom, and then any kinds of florals that I want to put in there, I can just stick in. Now, I got these recently from Walmart. It is the Boxwood, and I was really happy to find this. I haven't found this ever in any of my stores. It's very popular, so it tends to go really quickly. But with the little foam there on the bottom, you just go ahead and stick in whatever greenery that you want. And we're all done. I'm very pleased with how this turned out. I hope you enjoyed this craft. If you didn't want to put an artificial plant in here, you can also use it to hold your tools for your bathtub. You can also use it to put makeup brushes or other bathroom items in. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move on to craft number 2. The tools that you're going to need for our second craft are your glue gun and glue sticks, some burnt umber or dark brown paint, a little bit of water, a cup to mix it in, and a paintbrush. You're going to need a flathead screwdriver, a good pair of scissors, and a utility knife. And you can use a glue stick, which is what I'm going to use, or you can also use double-sided sticky tape. The materials that you're going to need are, this is a frame that I took out of an 8x10 canvas. I did not like how the painting came out, so I didn't throw it away, and I ended up saving it. So I removed the canvas, and I'm going to be using just the frame. And I believe this frame I got in a package from Hobby Lobby. You get 10 for $9.99. Dollar Tree does sell 8x10 stretch canvases, so you can use one of those. And then you're going to need a piece of cardboard that's cut out that will fit and cover the back, like that. And then you're going to need some form of background. I'm going to be using this wrapping paper that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I really love all the colors. As soon as I saw it, it made me think of the sea. So that's why I bought it. And this is what I'm going to be using for my background. You're going to need some jute cord. And then I also picked up this shell. This is the only thing that doesn't come from the Dollar Tree. This one I picked up from Walmart. It cost me $2.47. I did notice that you can purchase them online, and they're $1.50 online. And this is called Lion's Paw Shell. And this is a real shell. And they had several different shades to choose from. I really liked this one because it had the light and then has the darker. I thought that would stand out nicely. Okay, let's get cleaned up and we'll get started. Okay, when I went to take off the canvas from the frame, I just simply flipped it over and used my flathead screwdriver. I pushed it underneath the canvas and pulled it up off of the staples. As you can see, it still has some stuff underneath the staples. I'm not even going to worry about that because you're not going to see it. So you don't need to worry about taking out the staple. So in my cup, I've gone ahead and put some of the Apple Barrel Burnt Umber paint. I just put a small amount. Now, I like to use this technique. It's very easy. I really like it when I use it on wood because it really shows the grain of the wood. So you just add about equal amounts of water to the paint, and then take your brush and just go in and just mix it until it is thoroughly combined and it's all the same consistency. Now I really do like the color Burnt Umber for this technique. I do like the stain that it takes. The color is very pretty, but you can use any brown that you have, any brown acrylic paint. Okay, and then you just go in and paint your piece. You just want to make sure that you get all the sides. You don't have to do the back. And this is very watery, which is fine. Just you want to get it on there and give it a minute to start to soak in. Make sure you get the inside. I like this technique. It makes it look very rustic and aged on its own. Now, if you like hauls, crafts, and DIYs, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I do upload new content several times a week. I've been looking forward to starting to do more of the nautical or by the sea crafts. I am redoing my bathroom and I wanted to have that by the sea feel. I have a really nice large soaking tub in my bathroom and I really want that to feel like a little oasis for me. So I decided to redo my bathroom and I'm going to be making most of the things that I'm going to be decorating it with. Now it's up to you how dark or light you would like to do your finish on your frame. If you were not into wood looking, you can always paint it white. That would work as well. I personally like the look of natural wood. I always have. So I'm just going to wipe off some of the stain. As you can see, this technique is great for letting the grain of the wood show through. Now this piece already looks rustic. I don't have to do any further aging or anything to the frame. It already looks that way. I'm very happy. I'm going to set this aside and let it fully dry. While I'm waiting for the frame to dry, I'm going to go ahead and attach the background. I already cut the cardboard to the size that I needed for the background. So I went ahead and used that as my template for the background of the paper and cut that out. So now all I'm going to do is go ahead and glue that down. And I'm using this. It's a glue stick by Avery. I did pick this up from the Dollar Tree as well. And I like this. It works really well on paper, especially when you don't want to get a lot of rippling and creasing, because this paper is really thin. So I'm just going to go across one side, just across that side, and then I'm going to lay down this end of my paper. I want to get it nice and smooth, make sure that it's going to cover everything I need it to. And then lift it up, and then I'm just going to go right around the outside, just in case I do get any kind of rippling, that the frame will cover most of that. Just around the outside, and then slowly place down your paper and smooth it out. Okay, go ahead and set this aside and let it fully dry. Okay, once your frame is completely dry, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of detail to the frame by adding some twine. I'm going to go ahead and wrap here and here on all four corners. So go ahead and flip your frame over. Just use your hot glue. Lay a little bit down there to anchor your twine. Once you have it anchored, just go ahead and wrap it around. Okay, so you want to go ahead and wrap your corners. I wrapped each side about 8 times. And then I went ahead and cut it and glued it in the back. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that to each of the corners. All of the corners are done. I'm really happy with the way that it looks. So the next thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to glue on the background. As you're gluing on your background, you're going to want to check your sides and make sure that you have glue where the little twine is, because that's where the contact is. That's where you need to put your glue. So if you didn't get any there, just look on the side, put your little glue gun down there and squeeze them in. Once you have that background on, decide which end that you want up as your top. And then I pulled out 4 little conch shells that I had. And I decided I do want to go ahead and glue these in the corners. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and attach our large shell. You just want to find and make sure that you get it in the position that you want it in. And I am happy with it there. Go ahead and lift it up and add a good amount of hot glue because this shell is rather heavy. Every place where it's going to make contact. I did have a little bit of difficulty getting the shell glued down with just the hot glue. So I did go ahead and put a lot of hot glue under there. I got it down. And then I also went around the edges with the Gorilla Super Glue and kind of squeezed them in around the top and the bottom to make sure that I get a really good hold. So while you're letting this dry and set up, you want to go ahead and take a piece of your nautical rope and tie a knot in the end. Go ahead and put that on the side. Figure out how long you want your rope because it's going to be attached on either side, and then cut it and tie a knot at the other end. And then you're going to want to go ahead and glue that on. I'm just using the hot glue and I'm gluing each knot to each of the corners here. And then that will be how you hang it. And there you go. We're all finished. I really hope you enjoyed today's crafts. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I do upload new content several times a week. Well, thanks again for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you. I hope everyone in your family is staying happy, healthy, and strong. You have a great day, and I will catch you next time.